we're going to talk about the defiled state of mind. This is from The Awakening of Faith in Mahayana by Bodhisattva Asvangosha. He said, I wrote this shastra so that all sentient beings can be free from all sufferings and gain ultimate happiness. So how do we gain ultimate happiness? We need to understand how everything is made from our deluded mind, and this deluded mind is illusory in nature. So we let go of what's illusory and we will return to the true essence of our mind. Bodhisattva Asvangosha talks about the essence of all phenomena is true suchness. This true suchness is intrinsically inherent in all of us. It's not something that we create or gain by our cultivation. It is what it is, or we call it the Dharmakaya, our Dharma body. We all inherently have suchness. However, our mind becomes agitated. We started having ignorance and turn into the deluded mind. Often we use the metaphor of the water of the ocean. In the beginning, the water is calm. However, because the wind blows and the water start having waves, the quiet ocean water is suchness. Wind that blows the water, that's ignorance, and our deluded mind is the waves. But the water is not mobile by nature. It is only moving because of ignorance. So if the ignorance ceases, then the deluded mind will cease. The wet nature of the water never changes, even when it's moving with a lot of waves or no waves. So that is the essence of our mind. Now we are using the ignorant mind. In this shastra, it talks about 3 subtle aspects of non-enlightenment and 6 crude aspects of non-enlightenment. Also correspond with 5 minds and 6 defiled states of mind. First, let's look at the 3 subtle aspects and 6 crude aspects of non-enlightenment, which is ignorance. Once our minds are moving, we have the activity of ignorance. This activity means we started using the alaya consciousness. It has the ego, and we start thinking in terms of the self. Having thoughts is creating karma. This alaya consciousness that stores all the seeds, we call this activity of ignorance, because the alaya consciousness, this big storehouse, is the source of our basic ignorance. With this alaya consciousness, we will have number 2, perceiving subject. So now we have an ego experiencing the world that is the subject of the mind that perceives the world. We also create number 3, the aspect of the world of object. Because of the perceiving subject, now we create objects. Apart from the perceiving subject, there would be no world of object. So the subject and object, they're all created by this alaya consciousness, which means they're all unreal, they're all mind only. Because of these first 3 subtle aspects, our mind will start having more deluded thoughts. Number 4, we'll have discriminating intellect. So whatever the world of object we're experiencing, we will discriminate. For example, if you go shopping, you go to the store and you see Rolex watches. This going to the store, looking at watches, that's the world of object. Then you will start discriminating. Oh, this is Rolex watch. Yeah, you will have likes and dislikes. First, analytical mind about the Rolex watch. Then you will have the aspect of continuity. Based on this discriminating intellect, you will have continued deluded thoughts about the watch. Either have pleasure or pain based on this experience, and you will continue having this thought. And number 6, aspect of attachment. You will be attached to this Rolex watch based on your liking and dislikes. You might want to buy it because of your strong attachment. Number 7, speculation of names and letters. You would think this Rolex watch is very valuable. It shows my social status and I can show off to all my friends. You attach to the name and letters. Then we will give rise to karma. Now we will bring ourselves to buy it. When you buy it, you already create karma. At the end, you will have number 9, suffering. The more you're attached to material world, the more you create samsara. As long as you are reincarnating, all the karma you create is going toward your reincarnation. You'll never get out having these deluded thoughts. Good thoughts or bad thoughts, every thought goes through these 3 subtle aspects and 6 crude aspects. The first 3, the subtle ones, is your alaya consciousness. 4 through 9, the 6 crude aspect, that's your 6th consciousness, your thinking mind. So the first 3 are more subtle because the alaya doesn't really create karma. It's the 4 to 9 that actually create the karma. So we often say break from the compound consciousness, which is the alaya consciousness, the 3 subtle aspects. We want to put an end to the continuing deluded mind. That is 4 to 9, how you think about the world of object and you create karma. Understand how one single thought goes through 9 aspects. Then you would be really careful about what kind of thought that you have. Once upon a time, there was a king who forgo his honorable throne and became a monk. He lived in the mountain and he has a shack that's built from straw and he sleeps on straw mat as a bed. He has a very simple life and just meditates. One day he says, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. His fellow monk, they ask him, what are you so happy about? He says, when I was a king, I had to worry about everything. I was worried that other people was gonna invade my country. I'm worried about people stealing my property. I'm worried about my subordinate rebel. I'm constantly worried and stressed. But now I'm here just meditating every day. This is a happiness that I never felt before, just by having a simple life. Now let's talk about the 5 minds that goes with the aspects of non-enlightenment. First, the activity of ignorance now is called the activating mind. It's the alaya consciousness working. It doesn't even know the activating mind. It started going with our ignorance. It breaks the equilibrium of the true mind by the force of ignorance. That's why it's called activating mind, activated by ignorance. Number 2, evolving mind. Evolving mind is the perceiving mind that evolves and perceives the world. Then we have number 3, reproducing mind. Reproducing all the images of the world. Just like a mirror reflects all the images. So the subject reflects the object, but it's all produced by the mind. Number 4, the analytical mind, which is the discriminating intellect. We will analyze the world of objects, base our likes and dislikes. Then we have number 5, the continuing mind, which is the same as the aspect of continuity. This carries all our karma from past life to this lifetime to future lifetime. So accumulation of karma, accumulation of continuity. It's uninterrupted. Every moment the alaya consciousness is different, but it keeps creating karma because we keep having deluded thoughts. Little do we know that the suchness itself is actually without thoughts. Thought itself is deluded in the first place. So once we understand how the 5 minds work, we want to break this continuation of our deluded thoughts because this continues the cycle of samsara. That's why we meditate on the illusory nature of the world and on the emptiness of the self, so we can let go of our attachment to the deluded mind. Let's look at the 6 defiled states of mind. Now it's even more detailed. The 5 minds become the 6 defiled states of mind. 3 are called this united defilements, and the last 3 are called united defilement. What does that mean? The first 3, because they are the subtle aspects, they do not unite with the outside environment, which means the ignorance. It doesn't depend on what you see outside. The 8 consciousness is always deluded. That's why it's not connected to the outside environment or connected to your wholesome or unwholesome thoughts. But the 6 consciousness, it's united defilement. Depending on the situation, you might have strong wholesome or unwholesome thoughts. Your defilement is united with external factors that influence you. A light consciousness is not really influenced by the outside world or by your mental factors, but the 6 consciousness, it is strongly affected by your environment and your good thoughts and bad thoughts. Number 1, we have the disunited defilement of the activating mind. So this is our basic deluded mind. The alaya consciousness agitated and becomes the ego self who's living this life right now. Number 2, this united defilement of the evolving mind. The evolving mind that perceives the world. We have a perceiving self. Then we have number 3, the disunited defilement of the world of object. A subject and object, they are both defiled states. Does not depend on the outside situation. It's always defiled. Number 4, united defilement of the analytical mind, which goes with the discriminating intellect, which is the analytical mind. This is united defilement based on the outside situation. The world of object, you will have a lot of discrimination, likes and dislikes. And number 5, we have united defilement of the continuum mind. So same continuum mind that takes us from lifetime and lifetimes of reincarnation continuously without interruption. Then we have number 6, united defilement that is full of attachment. So it's not in the 5 mind, it goes with the aspect of attachment. Because of the self, that's why we have attachment to the self and attachment to all dharma. But little do we know that the triple world is unreal and is of mind only. As you can see here, you should realize that the triple world is really illusory. It's made from our deluded thoughts. Apart from this perceiving subject, there is no world of object. We create the dream plot and we create wholesome and unwholesome deeds to continue the dream plot lifetime after lifetime. Regardless if it's a good dream or bad dream, we're always in a dream unless we wake up. Bodhisattva Asvangosha keep telling us that the deluded mind is actually in essence the same as the suchness because it comes from the suchness. So non-enlightened and original enlightenment is one of the same. As long as we realize how everything is created by the deluded mind, it will wake us up. We can meditate on the truth of the illusory nature of everything that we're experiencing. We will let go of our attachment to the selfishness, to wealth, to fame, to money, to everything we're attached to. Then your mind will be at peace. Most importantly, you will become enlightened, back to your true suchness. So today, hope you understand what do we mean by ignorance and what do we mean by the thinking mind is actually a deluded mind. Actually, the whole entire Alaya conscious, the whole storehouse through lifetime and lifetimes of reincarnation, it's all the deluded mind. So anything you see with form is all created by the mind only. We really are living in a matrix. We just have to wake up from it. Then you will leave samsara and you will gain ultimate happiness like Bodhisattva, Asvagosha. So that's the class for today. Thank you very much for listening. Amitabha.